Hello everybody, this is Moshe, the Electric Israeli, and I just came back from my annual trip to the Holy Land, to Israel, and I took a lot of videos from all kinds of places discussing all kinds of interesting topics and issues. So I was mostly in the north and in the south, not too much. I was not in Jerusalem or the central, Tel Aviv. The topic that I discuss is water, some really the issues with the effect of human activities on, especially on the Dead Sea. A lot of videos from there, very interesting stuff. I hope you like it. I want to apologize right away. Sometime I was in a place with tourists and there were some noises in the background, but interesting stuff. It's mostly how human intervention alter the environment, really, and affect the environment. I would say mostly negatively. So you have videos from the mountains of the Galil Mountains, the Galilee Mountains, the Sea of Galilee, the Lake Kinneret. Then you have a very interesting video from the springs of see these natural springs that come from the earth. Very interesting lakes and pools of warm water. A place called Sachne, and then Masada. I was at Masada, and then of course the Dead Sea, which is, I think, the most interesting topic. So enjoy the videos, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel, like my videos, and share them, and change the world one electric car, solar panel, and all that at the time. Enjoy. Thank you. Hello everybody, this is Moshe, the Electric Israeli. I'm in the Holy Land in Israel. I'm in the north, in a city called Tzfat. It's the place where I grew up. It's a beautiful view of the Galilean mountains right in front, and then the valley below. I'm going to go down to the Sea of Galilee, and then on Sunday or Monday, Sunday probably, I'll be at the Dead Sea. Takes a lot of photos and talk about some energy, talk about water, talk about natural resources, and all that great stuff. So this is Tzfat, my hometown, and far over there is the Lower Galilee. Okay, I'm now driving from Tzfat, which is where I was before, which is very way up high, elevation, almost I would say 1,000 meters above sea level, very high. And I'm going down towards Tiberias. Tiberias is an ancient city built by King Herod a long time ago, over 2,000 years ago, and towards the Sea of Galilee, where Tiberias is. I'm going to stay actually on the east side of the lake in a kibbutz. Now, roads in Israel are spectacular, very, very good. A lot of road constructions and a lot of highways that have been built in the last few years. So they're wide and they open and they're very, very good. Really all throughout the country. If you can see straight ahead, you can see the lake, the Sea of Galilee, also known as the Kinneret, Lake Kinneret. It has a very significant, two very big significances. It's the only freshwater lake in Israel, and that's a big size lake. So it is a main source. It's right there on the side. It is a main source of water, and then it's also has a religious significance for Christianity. Many New Testament stories take place by the lake. the fish and the bread story, the sermons, and it also connected to the Jordan River, where John the Baptist story, and many significances. So we're going down the hill. It's a sharp drop, and then on Sunday, like I said, I'm going to go to the Dead Sea, which is the lowest point on Earth. The lowest point on Earth. It's about, I think, almost 500 meters below sea level. It's also very hot. During the summer it can get to 130 degrees. Now here's one thing you're not going to see on the roads, or if you do, it would be a very rare sight, and that is electric cars. The electric cars project in Israel had a miserable failure. So I'm going to turn into the directions of Tiberias, and then I'll take photos right from the lake. Okay, I'm continuing my descent towards the city of Tiberias. The roads here are very small, they're very tiny. It's in mountain area, a lot of winding roads. If you see the stones on the side, not so much here. Here's some here. There are black stones. There are actually from ancient volcanoes that used to be around here many millions of years ago. Now in the 60s, Israel decided to build a national water carrier that will carry water from the Kinneret, which is way up north, all the way down south towards the Negev desert, which I will visit when I'm on Monday or Tuesday, I believe, and to Bloom the desert. And it's really a canal drawing water from the Kinneret, from the Sea of Galilee, all the way to the south, hundreds of kilometers down south, to bring life to the desert and to develop agriculture. So as you can see, the turns here are so sharp, and here is the Kinneret right down at the horizon. From this distance looks turquoise color. It's very beautiful. And soon I'm going to pass by the facility that actually pumps the water from the Kinneret into the national water carrier. I'll show it to you when I'll get there. So the mountain that you see with it's like this green orchard of olive trees, and then there is on the left, this is a very significant mountain in Christianity, where Jesus made the famous sermon. Pope John Paul II many years ago made a sermon right here. It overlooks the Sea of Galilee right below. It's called the Mountain of Happiness, of Joy, something like that, I believe. And right down below you see the Lake Kinneret, where the story of the bread and the fish took place. It's on the left also. There is a restaurant there. Guess what's the name of the restaurant? The Bread and the Fish, you guessed. Okay, so on the left you see these towers. This is the hydropower that makes electricity using hydropower, and also it draws the water into the national water carrier. It's called the Sapir site, and it treats the water. It's gonna be on my left over there, and around the Kinneret you can find a lot of banana farms. A lot of banana farms you can find. Right here, you can see on the left, lots of banana farms. Now we are at the bottom of the hill, so now the road is going to be straight, and we just gained about 25 degrees at least. It's so hot in here, and when you get to the Dead Sea, it's even hotter. It's really hot. So now it's really down the valley, and as I told you, Israel is in the part of the Great Rift Valley. So if you see straight up in the horizon, if you see, you're going to see a lot of canyons like this, as the land was ripping from each side and forming what is known the Jordan River, yes, and the Dead Sea, and the Jordan Valley, also known as the Great Rift Valley. Okay, people around the shores. Many of the shores in Israel are public shores. Some private shores, but most of them are public, and there's access for everybody, really. I'm actually coming from the old entrance to the city. There's a different entrance that takes you right downtown. I'm coming really from the side, so I can be really close to the lake. Lots of palm trees, lots of bamboo. Beautiful sight, really. It's a very nice city. You can see a lot of here I'm getting in, you can see a lot of ancient stuff and new stuff all intertwined. Lots of hotels, lots of resorts. It's a very big tourist city, obviously. There are a lot of boat rides, disco boats. People still do that. So here's I'm entering the city of Tiberias. There's a club hotel here. Many hotels. Here is the Leonardo Hotel. Many hotels, Palm Beaches, speedboats. I don't want to say it's like Florida, but it can remind you of that a little bit, but it's a lake. It's not an ocean. So I'm going to go in and out of the city, and then I'm going to go to the east side, and I'm going to show you beautiful Golan Heights on the other side. It's very nice view. So we'll talk from the Golan Heights soon. So I'm in downtown Tiberias, and you can see ancient ruins from Roman period, and then downtown modern city. So you can see this, and you can see houses and shoppings and stuff like that. It's a very interesting combination, modern and very ancient. City of Tveria. And I got to the southern part of the Kinneret Lake, the southern part. Almost I'm going to be at the tip of the part of the lake, and there's going to be a little dam. It's called the Dgania Dam. It's very rarely used. Once in a blue moon, literally. Because like I said, all the water is used for agriculture and drinking. But here it is, almost the southern part, and as you see over there, the mountain on the other side, this is the Golan Heights, and the Golan Heights is very interesting phenomenon. It's an escarpment. It's really a plateau. It's really just like Masada is. It's a plateau, but this is huge. Masada is just one rock. This is huge area of a plateau, and here it is. On this side, you can see how this side is one plateau, and that side is another plateau. And that's what makes the Great Rift Valley, which is very prone to earthquakes. There's a lot of earthquakes in here. These are the tectonic plates are located in this area, just like in Los Angeles. And that's why there are always movements. So here is the tip of the Kinneret, the tip of the Sea of Galilee. And I'm going to go around it, and then I'm going to go to the east side, and that's where I'm going to stay tonight, in a kibbutz on the east side. If people don't know what the kibbutz is, it's basically a communal village that was established over 100 years ago in early Israel. So we're going to go to near the Dgania Dam. I'll try to take a video there. And Dgania Dam is called Dgania Dam because there's a kibbutz called Dgania. And it's the first kibbutz ever, I think. Yes, it is the first kibbutz ever that was established. And there's actually two Dganias, Dgania A and Dgania B. Don't ask, it used to be one and now it's two, because they couldn't agree. Those of you know, if you put two Jews in one room, you get four opinions. That's what we do. That's how we roll. What can you do? Alright, so I'm going to try to take a video at the dam. And here's Dgania. Trust me, it says Dgania. And the dam is right there. Dam. It's not the Hoover Dam. It's a tiny little fish dam. And when it's opened once in a blue moon, once every 20 years, it's obviously in the national news. Because that's how we roll here. And over here is the kibbutz. Okay, so here I am at this beautiful resort. Nice bungalows here right on the beach. Here's the beach of this nice resort, and here is the lake. I'm on the east side and I drove the other side, where I drove around it. I came all the way. You can see, if you can see from far away, it's hazy now, that's Tiberias. And I came all the way around into this side, and behind me, now it's hard to see from here, see those mountains, those are the beginning of the Golan Heights. And right there, you go down that side over there, that is going towards I'm sorry, my bad. I take everything I said back. Oh, actually, oh my God, if you can see, here are the Golan Heights. Yeah, these are the Golan Heights, right here. That's Tiberias. I was right about that. So Tiberias, I came around this way. I'm on the east side. These are the Golan Heights. If you can see on the top, if you can't, I understand. There are so many windmills. Power windmills. Some of them are spinning, and one of them is not. No, actually, they're all spinning. They're all spinning. There's 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14 spinning, and that direction, or that direction, is the Dead Sea, which I'm going to go on Monday. All right, so here's the beautiful Lake Kinneret. Beautiful sunset on the Golan Heights. Wow. Morning in front of the Lake Kinneret. It's the most beautiful visibility you can see. Here are the Golan Heights again. I don't know, I'm going to try to make it closer. I don't know if you can see the windmills on the top of the mountain there. It's very far, but the view is absolutely stunning and peaceful. Here's the city of Tiberias in front, and tomorrow morning I'm heading south into Masada. No, yes, sorry, the Dead Sea and then Masada. Great pictures from there too. Good morning, everybody. It's Sunday, May 8th. I'm still at this resort, but I'm leaving soon to the south, and I'm coming to the waterline of the Lake Kinneret. And I want to show you, actually I want to talk to you a little bit about climate change actually. So look at these rocks on the side of this little beach here, and look at how the rock are wider at the bottom and darker at the top. So you can see the waterline where it used to be in years past. It's about, at least I would say, 2 meters below what it is now. Look, basically you can walk into that little sand dune and then continue on to the main lake. This all used to be covered with water. From here all the way to the end, maybe 35, 40 yards, even more, 50 yards. From where the water is now to where it used to be just a few years ago. So where I'm standing right now, I will be underwater, completely underwater. And now it's May, and it's the end of the rainy season, obviously. Oh, by the way, let me show you beautiful sunrise above the Golan Heights. And we are the Golan Heights, the mighty escarpment, the mighty rock of the Golan Heights. So, like I said, look at the water line there. I don't know if you can see it over there also. So, what happened, this is May, obviously, so it's the end of the rainy season, which the lake, the Sea of Galilee, should be all full of water. Like I said, I would be underwater at this point. In the past few years, most of the rain goes down to the south, where I'm going to be later on this afternoon. And I grew up in Israel for the first half of my life, and I have never, you know, usually it rains in the south maybe once a year, twice a year. They get these tremendous storms, these destructive storms that cause flash floods, cause roads to collapse, cause rocks to fall from the top of the Judean mountain and divert cliffs and creeks. Look how far am I going? It's still white. I'm actually going to show you how far it is. And the weather patterns as a result of climate change has caused little water in the north, where it is supposed to be the most, and so much more destructive force of water and rain and storms in the south. Look at this rock. So this is where it ended. And now I'm going to turn around. Look, this is where it ended. See? Right where my foot is. And look how far it is now. This is how far the water used to be in this part of the lake. So it's more than 2 meters, and obviously where the water now is almost, I don't know, 50 meters, yeah, something like that. So I'm going to go down south, and then there I'm going to show you a place called En Gedi, which is an oasis in the middle of the desert. In the oasis of the middle of the desert, where beautiful waterfalls cease to exist because all the rock tumbling and all the man-made intervention of collecting water that would go to the Dead Sea, but it doesn't anymore. And I will show you what's left of the Dead Sea. That is that. So let's say goodbye to the Galilee Mountains and also to the beautiful Golan Heights. I will take some photos. I'll take some videos later on from the Great Rift Valley, the Jordan Valley, and then we will get to Masada. No, Masada will get there in the morning. We go to the Bedouin tents today, then Masada tomorrow, and then we will go to the Ramon Crater, another beautiful place. Okay, see you in the south. Wait, actually, before I see you in the south, I told you Israel uses almost 100% of its water. Everything gets recycled. You see it's a little wet now, but it didn't rain last night. Israel uses this system, this pipe system everywhere, and to drip. It's called the drip system, and they supply water into the root of the tree or the root of any vegetable field or whatever that conserves water to the maximum. All right, see I talk to you about water and water conservation, but one of the amazing things about Israel is forests. Foresting the land. 120 years ago, 80 or 90% of Israel was desert and rocks, just like what you see now. And throughout the last century, Israel has been planting millions and millions of trees. So this forest over here on this hill is man-made. All these forests around, and here all this barren land is going to be forest. Here are some planters, students from all around the world and from Israel itself come and plant trees in dedicated places. And here is that pipe, that hose that I've been talking to you about, that is going to point to every tree in direct sprinkles of water, so nothing is wasted. So from a desert land that looked like this, it's now looking more and more and more and more like this, like beautiful man-made forests of oak trees, some eucalyptus trees. And here's this wonderful tourists from the United States who are actually planting baby trees to keep the link together. Here it is, here's a tree, baby tree. Here are some baby trees that just planted. Here are these wonderful kids are watering with their water bottle trees. And I also wanted to add that Israel planted twice as many trees that it chopped. So there's more trees that are planted than that are chopped. This is a wonderful, wonderful thing. So in 20 years from now, this barren land, this rocky land, full of thorns and really nothing going on here, it will look like this beautiful forest. Or up there, or right down there. Millions and millions of trees. Alright, here are those pipes that go straight to every tree and feed the precise amount of water to every tree or future tree that's gonna be planted here. So in this way here, the workmen are laying down these pipes that gonna be in the holes for the next tree planters. And this is how you conserve so much water in this barren land that has very little water. Not too many like this exist. This is it's called the Valley of the Springs. Particularly it's called the Safne. These are all spring waters, many pools like this coming from the ground, and the temperature of this water is 27 degrees Celsius, which is I think about 80 degrees Fahrenheit all year long. The water is geothermal, coming from the ground, and it's on a volcanic bed that has ancient lava that make these waters constantly warm all throughout the year. There's a little brook here. It's developed really nice, and people come here not only to swim but also to heal. It's a very good healing, it's very good cleansing to your body and your soul. So a lot of people coming. There are many pools, I'm showing you just a few. Here's a cave, and I go through the cave into this pool. Here's this cave, and we're going to this pool, which spills to the next pool, and I'm gonna try not to fall off. I'm on the edge, and I'm gonna go to the big pool. There's a lot of tourists and swimmers here. Beep.
Wait for it to be stand here.
This is the big pool.
Not really like.
Here's the biggest pool.
I changed. Okay, weirdo. Well, what do you want?
And see, it's like one pool spills to the other. So there are many of these in this area. It's called the Valley of the Natural Springs. It's warm. You can come here summer, winter, same temperature all the time. It comes right out of the ground. It's really pretty. Highly recommend it if you come to Israel. It's called the Safne, or it's called the Three Pools, something like that. Okay, I'm outside in this building between the waterfall and this lower pool, and this building is actually an ancient flour mill. They used to bring their wheat and make flour for bread. Here's the wheel. Let me show you inside. You can't get in. You're not allowed to get in, but I can show you inside. Here's the wheel that they used to spin. It's now being under construction, so it can be open for the public. So they used to use the force of the water underneath to spin the wheel and make flour. Interesting. And up there, this room over there, is like a host room of the ancient people who lived here in this area. Over there, if you can see, it's the Dead Sea. I'm officially at the lowest point on Earth, about 450 meters below sea level. The mountains you see behind the Dead Sea is Jordan, the country of Jordan. And right here I'm this nice rest area in the middle of nowhere, just having a rest. Oh, here's another camel. So I'm gonna go into a place called En Gedi, which is a nice oasis in the middle of the desert, and then I'll go towards the Masada area. We're going to climb Masada tomorrow morning at 4 a.m. and then tomorrow actually I'm going to go into the Dead Sea. So this is the beginning of the Dead Sea. So just follow the camera where the Dead Sea is. This area, if you can see, this all used to be the Dead Sea as well, where those rocks in the horizon over there. This used to be the Dead Sea. I'm going to give you a good shot of the Dead Sea tomorrow from Masada, show you what's really sadly what's left of it. So here's the beginning of my trip to the Dead Sea area. See you later. I'm right now at a place called Ein Gedi. Ein means really a brook, and Gedi is like a mountain goat. This is an oasis in the middle of the Judean desert. This is the Judean desert. It's not a desert that you used to see like in the sands. This is a very rocky, hilly desert. It's barren more than anything you can ever imagine, but this is green here, and there's a lot of animals. There used to be leopards and tigers here, but there are mountain goats and fox and all kinds of animals. It's a lot of tourists here, a million tourists. But it's an oasis because lots of water that fall from the Jerusalem mountains fall through here and make this a very unique place. It does get a lot of flash floods. I'm going to get into the waterfalls. They used to be mighty waterfalls, but they're no longer mighty because a lot of rocks fell into the waterfall area and just blocked the water because tremendous amount of flash floods and over a lot of storms. So I'm heading to the falls. Here are some hyraxes hanging out in the middle of the oasis. You can hear the water going down from the top of the cliff all the way down and all the way down. And here's the Dead Sea over there. Where are you? Here you are. Here's the heart of the Ein Gedi oasis. Look at that. Oh my God. This is the middle of the Judean desert.
Like your shoes will dry fast.
So many people are here. So this is the source of the water from the top of the mountain, coming down from the Jerusalem hills, down here, and down the oasis. And here's this beautiful creek between the two canyons, and all the way down to the Dead Sea. And those mountains in the distance, this is Jordan, the country of Jordan. So this is the top of Ein Gedi. It's about, I don't know, half-hour hike, but slow, nice, leisurely, not too intense. And there's many places to stop and get your feet wet, take a little natural shower. So that's that. And here is the video. And here is me in the background, having the best time of my life. Climbing the majestic Masada. Good morning, everybody. It's about 6 a.m. in the morning on Monday, May 9th, which is also my birthday. Happy birthday to the Electric Israeli. I'm on top of Masada. We were up since 4 a.m. and I just made it to catch the sunrise, which is behind those clouds. I am on the majestic Masada cliff. Lots of tourists and visitors here. It's one of the most popular places for tourists in Israel. Masada was built by King Herod at around 20 BCE as a resort and as a hiding place for King Herod the Great. But what I want to focus is, here is an example of what human activity does to the environment. On my left is what's left of the Dead Sea. If you can picture a line from the shore of the Dead Sea all the way in, maybe, I don't know, maybe 1,000 yards, okay, or even more. That's what the Dead Sea used to be. Look what happened to it as a result of human activities capturing all the waters that would flow to the Dead Sea. It's basically finished halfway, then it's a little puddle, and there are some lakes there far in the horizon. Those lakes are man-made. They use Dead Sea water And that big lake over there, if you can see the big lake over there, that is where the hotels are for the resorts for tourists. I'm going to be swimming there later on. I'm going to tell you a little bit more about what is this. But this is part of the Dead Sea mineral factories that been around here since the 50s, even before. And they basically dried up the Dead Sea, one of the wonders of the world. And it is now losing about 3 feet a year, a meter a year. And this is what happened to this amazing place as a result of human intervention. It's basically dried up, and in this rate it will completely be gone in maybe 10 years or so, 15 years, who knows, nobody really knows. I can only tell you that there is no access to any shore of the real Dead Sea. You cannot go swimming anywhere. They are all blocked out because of the sinkholes that took place, that are taking place in front of the Dead Sea, because as the water is receding, the salt dries up, and basically the earth collapses, sometimes hundreds of feet deep. Some people fell in, and a big resort somewhere right there far away just got collapsed, got swallowed by the earth, so to speak. So there is no more swimming at the Dead Sea unless you go to this man-made lake using Dead Sea water, and there are a lot of issues about that man-made lake. I will tell you about it later. It has the opposite effect. The water there are rising because there's too much salt. So there is a plan by UNESCO to try to cut a canal from the Red Sea to fill the Dead Sea with water. But as you know, the Dead Sea has 33% concentration of salt, as opposed to, I believe, 2.5% in regular sea. So it's a big challenge. Here's the sunrise. Oh, what a beautiful sight! It's really breathtaking, this place. And here I go back to Masada. Great story took place here at 73 CE between Jewish rebels and the Roman legions. History tells us that when the Romans got into Masada, the 1,000 Jews that were here chose to commit suicide and not to give in to the Romans. It's a great heroic story. There's some revisionist history about it right now, but my channel is not about history, it's about the environment. So one more time, the Dead Sea and the Jordan Mountains, and we are really in the heart of the Great Rift Valley, also known as the Syrian African Valley. Okay, catch you later. Like I told you before, this is the part that is actually managed. This is the only part that you can swim. By the way, you do not swim at the Dead Sea, you float. You do not want to swim regularly because it will burn your eyes. You do not go under the water. And excuse my language, the last thing that you want to do in the Dead Sea is pee. It will burn. So if you have any cuts or anything, you have to be really careful. You don't stay at the Dead Sea more than 10-15 minutes. Look at that guy, he probably took a nap. Let's zoom on him. This guy actually took a nap. You can actually sleep on your back and you're not going to go down. You can only float at the Dead Sea because of the content of the salt. Here's the beach. Look how much salt is washing into the beach. So on the other side again is Jordan. This place is called En Bokek. There are some cluster of hotels on that side and many hotels on this side, and many more are built. It is right now about 90 degrees or so, and believe me, it's nice and cool. Usually it gets to 120, 125 in August. It's very hot, and you cannot be out that much. Look at these guys over there floating. So as you see, it's like pools, really. It's like managed pools, and it's the only place you can come and actually enjoy the Dead Sea. The rest of it, the main Dead Sea, is inaccessible anymore. So I'm pointing on the south side And if you take a straight line, you'll get all the way to the city of Eilat, which is the southernmost city in Israel. It's about, I would say, 200 kilometers out of here, down south. And that's where the beginning of the Red Sea is. And that's what I was talking about in terms of the plans to cut the canal to start to bring life back to the Dead Sea. It's a very controversial plan, very, very controversial because of the content of the water. But they were thinking to use it for hydropower because of the elevation. As you know, the Dead Sea is about 450 meters below sea level, which is about 1,200 feet or so. So there's a steep decline, and you can use it for hydropower. But who knows? We'll see. The best thing to do is to let the water flow into the Dead Sea like it used to be. But there are so many needs for water here, especially the country of Jordan, which Israel supply waters to. Jordan is completely dry. So you want to keep everybody happy. Now, one of the things that people do here is put mud on them. There's a Dead Sea mud, and it's really, really good for your skin. I don't see anybody's doing it, but people will do it soon. There's a Dead Sea mud. There's a lot of minerals. It's full of minerals, this place. Let me just go close to this little pool. It just shows you how much salt washes to shore. Look at this. How much salt is washing to shore if you don't touch anything. There is so much salt. Look at this. Look at here. Look at here. So much salt. The sea is always calm. In the evening you get a little bit eastern winds and it gets a little wavy, but it is truly God-giving gift to the world. And I hope man is not going to destroy it like men usually do. So I think maybe I'll do another video tomorrow, but if not, this might be the last video for the trip that I do. We'll see how I do. All right, checking out. Hello again. I am at the Negev desert, which is not the same as the Judean desert. Some areas look the same, but there's a lot of flat areas here. I'm here at the Tzin Valley, looking at these beautiful sculpture, natural sculptures. These are the largest natural sculptures in the world, formed over millions of years of rain and floods. We're going to go to a little pool right now with the tour guide. We just had a nice jeep ride with all these jeeps. And then I found out something incredible about the university around here, which I will tell you a little bit later. Good morning, everybody. I found a nice viewpoint of the mighty Negev desert. Here's an ibex roaming around. Here's another one, and another one, and another one. They're all roaming around here, the Negev desert, among people. Not afraid of people. You're not allowed to hunt them. They are a protected species in Israel. So they are here in little herds. Oh, here's a big guy. And here is a spectacular view of the mighty Negev desert. And it's just breathtaking view of this rugged land. Yesterday I learned that a desert constitutes an area that gets less than 200 millimeters of rain a year. So it has nothing to do with sand or ice or anything. It has to do with how much rain do you get a year. So this area gets very little rain, and it makes it desert. Not much coming coming out here. Believe it or not, there's a lot of underground water here. Tremendous amount of underground water that has been around for many thousands of years. It is a bit salty, which doesn't make it good for drinking, but it's very good for agriculture. Here is a huge herd of these mountain goats. They're just roaming around all over the place of this mighty desert. So
Make like you like this one.
end of that creek canyon reminds me a lot of the Zion Canyon in Utah. The spring waters.
Guys, go that way.
Narrow creek. This is beautiful.
Sammy,
Absolutely
go that way.
So today is my last day again, and I had a great time. Even though I was here only for 4 days, I did not get to go to Jerusalem because that's how my trip was scheduled. But next year I will be, and I will do more next year from the Holy City. So checking out the electric Israeli. Let's change the world. One electric car, solar panel, I don't know, cherishing an animal and really taking care of the world here in America and everywhere. Thank you for watching this video.